Hey guys, Legonius here. Welcome back. It's time for another Inside the Episode. This week we're going inside on LIU Atlas Popina's Diner, which is the special edition episode of Season 4. We're going to do it in just a few minutes. The episode starts off on board the cruise ship, the Magellan. Doog complains that all the processed food that they've been eating has really torn up his stomach. Mike doesn't have time to hear about Doog's digestive problems though. He's noticed a real problem. It appears they don't have enough fuel to reach their next destination. Doog argues they can solve both the food and fuel problem by stopping at one of the local space stations. Mike agrees. All that's left to do is to run the idea past Oldie, the cruise director. Oldie wasn't that hard to convince though. As soon as he heard they were stopping for food, he was in. In fact, he got so excited he forgot his pants. Mike locates a nearby space station that has fuel, lodging, and a few restaurants. One of these restaurants is called Popina's Diner. The diner got 2 stars from the health inspector, which is a lot better than the crew's usual eateries. Hugo secures docking rights for the Magellan and lands in the fueling hangar on the station's lower deck. Fuel is expensive, so Doog concludes that they should eat as soon as possible. There may not be many credits left in their account if they wait too long. Hugo gets left behind, like usual, to finish charging the Magellan. I mean, it's not like Hugo ever wants to go on any adventures or have real food. Doog still needs to drop one crew member because they don't have enough money for everyone to eat a real meal. Doog is quick to pick Mike and Cam, but he can't decide between Oldie or Timbo. Both would be an embarrassment to Doog. Oldie still has no pants on, and Timbo's wearing a bright orange pants with a shirt sporting a pony dancing across the sunset. Doog goes with Oldie. That is, if he promises to put on some pants. Doog promises to bring some leftovers to Timbo if he cleans up the Magellan. We all know Doog, and we all know that that's not really happening. Popina's Diner doesn't look too bad. No one has even stepped on a cockroach yet. That's a record. It's a lot nicer than their usual diners. The inside is small, dark, and dingy, but the food smells great. Doog and crew get seated by a robot server, Flo. Flo stands for Friendly Lunch Operator. Flo recommends that they eat the diner's eggs. They're supposed to be really good. It's not like the crew has any choice either. The menu at the diner is pretty limited. They're out of burgers and fries. Eggs it is. 30 minutes later, Doog and crew finish eating. They all concur that the eggs are some of the best they ever had. Oldie's so full that he threatens to take off his pants again. The crew objects. Flo isn't programmed to handle money, so she advises the crew to see Popina at the bar. They can pay there. Doog tries to pull a fast one, and he tells Popina that they only had 2 meals. Popina catches him in a lie, and things get tense. Luckily for Doog, Popina is a big fan of the show. Popina even calls his wife over so they can both meet the crew of their favorite show. Popina and his wife beg Doog to shoot an episode of LIU Atlas in their diner. Doog turns them down though. I mean, what could they possibly do a show on? Popina sweetens his offer a little bit and offers to give them their food for free. Doog changes his mind quickly. He wants to do a 3 or 4-part episode in the diner. He'll do as many shows as he can, as long as the free food keeps coming. Popina laughs, but states that he thinks one show will suffice. Besides, it's not the diner that's interesting, it's what he found down in the diner's basement. Popina takes Doog and crew down to the basement. Popina tells them that the business has been really slow. He hasn't been able to afford new food to sell to customers, hence why the diner's out of burgers and fries. Fortunately, Popina discovered something in the basement that he's been feeding to his customers. It's changed his whole business. A secret passageway in the basement leads to several hidden rooms in the interior of the space station. These rooms are loaded with eggs stored in some type of preservation tank. Popina has been cooking and selling these eggs to his customers. Doog and crew are a little grossed out that they just ate some random eggs Popina found down in the basement, but that's hardly the worst part. Popina was so happy to find these eggs, he never really read the computer panels to see what they were. It turns out the computers had several warnings. The eggs contained weaponized biologicals. If they ever hatched, it could kill everybody in the station. None never hatched though. Or did they? Popina admits that he's dropped a few eggs here and there, and he never went back to grab them. There were so many eggs that he never worried about grabbing the ones he dropped. Right at that moment, everyone hears the terrifying sound of these weaponized biologicals. They're coming right towards them. Everyone starts to run for safety. The creatures are quickly gaining. Looks like they're some sort of mutated scorpions. Doog thinks they should trip Oldie and leave him behind. It might buy everyone else time to escape. Don't be selfish, Oldie. You've lived a long life. Luckily, everyone makes it to safety without sacrificing Oldie. They quickly barricade the basement door. Well, everyone but Doog. Doog just keeps on running. It looks like they have it all under control without his help. He heads back to the safety of their ship. A few hours later, Mike, Cam, and Oldie finally make it back to the ship. Thanks in no part to Doog, they managed to hold the door closed until station security arrived. It turns out that Popina had accidentally stumbled across a secret weapon program. They're not supposed to tell anybody about it. But I guess they already failed, because they told Doog. And that is LIU Atlas, Popina's Diner. Here's a few things you may have missed. Popina, the name of both the diner and the host, means restaurant in Latin. Throughout the series, Doog never puts down his microphone. He pretty much takes it everywhere. So at the start of the episode, when he's complaining about the processed food, Mike already knows what Doog's been going through. That's because Doog brought his microphone into the bathroom with him, and all the audio went to Mike's integrated headset. Poor Mike. When Doog and crew first arrive at Popina's Diner, Cam states that he hopes the food is better than at the Sesso rest station. This is a reference to LIU Atlas Sesso rest station, which is Season 2, Episode 13. The crew gets food poisoning at the rest station. The end note of the episode points out that the weapons program has since been cancelled, although they are exploring the use of the eggs as a foodstuff. It's probably a good thing that they canceled the weapons program, though. I mean, these weaponized biologicals couldn't be all that great if they couldn't even catch Doog. There are billions of stars, millions of planets, but only one man, Terrence Doog McDougal. Welcome to LIU Atlas.